Jai Guru. Today's talk is about the cleansing process. For self-realization to happen, we first need to undergo a process that will undo and remove all the illusory layers and add-ons that have attached themselves to our presence. For this, we need to be equipped with essential resources. First of all, we need to clear the cluttered, overgrown path that is strewn with the weeds of socialization. Remove the thoughts, ideas, points of view, stances, impressions, all of them were acquired by society. It is essential that the ground is completely cleared and cleaned before planting any seeds. Nothing will grow in the soil unless you root out all the weeds produced from ignorance that were taking up your precious space. Sweep away all these fake seeds because they are not part of your essential nature. They are not part of who you are and are preventing the flower of truth from blossoming. Knowledge of your reality is straightforward, but absorbing and living as that reality is more challenging. We know that nothing worth doing is ever easy. So how can we embed this knowledge so that it can be of practical use in our daily lives? We can do this by learning the trade. Every trade has its tools. In order to know who or what you are, to truly understand and know our real nature, we also need to use some tools, such as self-inquiry, reciting a mantra, meditating, and singing bhajans or chanting, listening to kirtan. This practice, like everything else, is an illusion. However, it is vital at the beginning. Like serving an apprenticeship where you undergo proper training to learn the relevant skills that will make you proficient. Here, you will immerse yourself in the practices till you are match fit and until the techniques become so automatic that they eventually continue by themselves. The practice of self-inquiry is essential for you to find out firsthand what you are not. Then you can remove everything about yourself that is not true. The mantra's job is one of hammering the ego. A mantra is a concentration tool that weakens the resistant mind. Reciting a mantra lets the mind know who is in charge and running the whole show, i.e., the authentic ruler. And meditation is necessary also to establish your reality. Here, basic meditation involves churning the knowledge of your reality, that you are unborn, limitless, the source, prior to beingness, etc. And not letting your concentration stray. It means keeping your attention fixed on your reality until the ultimate reality that you are is permanently established. When this happens, you will no longer need to put in any effort at all. Song and chant and or listening to bhajans or kirtan will also help you to absorb the knowledge. It is another effective medium to keep the thoughts at bay, while at the same time creating and maintaining a happy and uplifting atmosphere. Together, these tools work to remove all the illusory layers, similar to the way a potent cocktail removes our inhibitions. The overall aim is to supplant the idea, the false notion of I am the body, with the truth of I am ultimate reality. If this truth just remains an idea or theoretical, it will not work. There has to be a deep and direct conviction leading to the direct experience of your truth. In other words, there must be total and complete acceptance. All these aids are necessary to kick the old tenants out of your house, bring about a successful shift in perspective, and eventually take you out of duality. When the spirit presence touched with the body, you appeared as a human being. It was a traumatic event. The child cries because she cannot explain or make sense of what is going on. Confused and fearful, she does not understand why she has so many needs. At some stage in your life, you may have felt a little lost, not knowing who you were, where you had come from, or where you were going. You found yourself drowning in a deep sea of intense feelings, of lostness and aloneness. And in time, this led to the following dilemma. Who am I? I am in a body, but if the body is not my identity, then who am I? This is the root of self-inquiry. You are trying to find the answer to the big question, who or what am I? When you were trapped in the imaginary world, you identified with people, places, and things. These kept you in a constant state of flux. You became slaves of the mind, the ego, and the intellect. These tenants took over your house, living there like squatters and draining you of all your energy and power. It is time to evict them now. It is time to stop listening to these old records and go against the flow. You don't have to let the winds of change pull you here and there. You don't have to follow the mind. Turn it around and develop the habit of letting the mind follow you. The primary aim of this practice is to disempower the mind and reveal your original stateless state. You are unborn. You are before beingness. When you eventually wake up and realize that everything is an illusion, all your suffering will come to an end. Be patient and strong. It takes time to overcome the early trauma of separation from the source, of disconnectedness, alienation, the sense of something missing, of unbelonging. Its long-term effects are like PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. Not to worry though, these symptoms will gradually lessen and then vanish completely. The practice can be compared to detoxing from an addiction. If one is an alcoholic, the toxins first need to be removed from the body. And then one needs to understand the issues that led to the addiction and learn new ways of living healthily, i.e. free from the addiction. Now, in the context of self-realization, identification with the body-mind led to an addiction, the craving for sensual pleasures and taking the world for real. Understanding the issues around this addiction means looking at one's ignorance and gaining self-knowledge. Learning new ways of living entails carrying out the practice, which will eventually lead you back to your original, unborn, selfless self. Jai Guru.